Well, good afternoon, everybody. Right? Some of you know me is Clayton Smith. Right? This is my second time coming here, and I came last 2 weeks ago in relations to men's health, and for a longer, healthy life. I introduce stuff like watercress and vitamins and all those things. Well, I'm here to talk about relationship goals and how to enhance it to make it good with your partner. Sad to say, unfortunately, we live in a time where women are no longer looking for a relationship anymore, they're looking for financial aid. They no longer see you as a person, but they see you as an opportunity to benefit from you and to leave you high and dry after they already use you. And we men, we love. Let's face it, we love, because our main goal when we get into a relationship is to get a family. Right? To get a legacy to leave behind for the next generation and a generation forward. Women these days know when they get into a relationship, they get into a relationship to benefit from you, not for love. Right? And they've already put things in place where they have plans to divorce you and to get half or whatever that you have, which is unfortunate. Now, relationships is like a ship on the ocean where two engines are running. No, we have to cater for unforeseen circumstances where one of the engines might break down, right? No, a man's job in a relationship is to keep the family together. He is the head of the household. The woman or woman is his first officer, second chain of command, where she is in charge of the household whilst the husband go out there to get his daily bread, right? So that he could, provide for the family, right? Unfortunately, it's not like that. It's not like that at all at this time, because a lot of women know they just want to be in relationship to inherit what the person have to inherit. What about if that husband know if he's in a position where something should happen, like he gets in an accident and he's confined to a wheelchair? Would that woman be there for him, right? What happens if he gets old and gray and he gets senile and he can't remember, or he develops health issues? Would you still love him? And that's the case here with relationships right now. And a lot of men right now are going through divorces and they are suffering because they get to realize, hey, that person didn't really love me. That person was just there to just inherit what they have. And that shouldn't be. Right? And that is what relationship is all about, is being there in the good times and in the bad times and in the days of famine. And there will be days of famine. Yes. Take your time, be good.
Okay, with situation, we talk about relationships and stuff. Okay. The way it's supposed to be a partnership.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now if people pick a partnership, people say 50-50, nothing's 50-50.
No.
Okay?
No, it's not.
Okay, but we all have our different spheres of influence. Okay? The thing that happens with some ladies today is that a lot of women want to do and hold on to dual roles. Okay? There's a lot of ladies that have problems with relationships now because they don't know how to fall back and be a woman.
No, they don't. Because that one, it has a lot to do with how you were raised.
Right.
Because you see,
and also what society's telling you. Because if you look on all the advertising, everything, women, you can do it, woman, you can do it.
The main problem is that women don't like the fact that the man is in the household.
Right.
And a lot of women now, they want to be the captain. They cannot be two captains on a ship. They would have problems.
You're going to run into a rock.
Right? And the boat is going to sink. The woman is the first officer, second chain of command in case of any unforeseen circumstances and the husband should lose his job or whatever the case may be. She now has the authorization to compensate until he gets back on his feet again, and vice versa. What about providing for him? What about, cooking a decent meal, right? Taking care of him.
Okay.
It goes both ways. It's a two-way street.
Okay, then when I had about the man being captain of the ship, okay, when you're any leadership position, first of all, you have to show that you are a worthy captain.
Of course.
Okay, what happened, a lot of men going, I'm supposed to be the man, but you don't know what it is to be a man. You know how to be a man. You also have to, instead of subjugating your people under you, you have to inspire them to be under you. And a lot of men, unfortunately, since a lot of men don't grow with any men in their life, they have no idea to do this.
Well,
It's definitely an interesting topic, it's definitely something I'm interested to talk about. See, and thank you for this, Brother Clayton, because, and I follow where you're going, I follow what you're saying, but the world we live in today is an immoralistic world.
it is very, and breaks my heart, it really does.
The world, we're walking by what we see and not by faith anymore. Marriage is an institution of God, a covenant of God, and it's not like that anymore.
No,
People are getting married because they have things in common. Oh, she's an executive, I'm an executive, let's get married. They're not getting married because there's a spiritual connection as in Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
There's no spiritual connection.
No.
There's no covenant.
No.
So that's why those marriages are not standing up. Like you said, the man gets sick, you understand, oh, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life taking care of you.
No, because she really care about it.
She's out.
She didn't really care about
When she
it.
posts, what God has put together, nobody's supposed to tear asunder.
Exactly.
But that's what they say, for better, for worse, for sickness, to health.
And then have people, especially family members, they have family members where they get jealous whenever their relative gets married, and then they go behind the husband's back and badmouth the husband with the wife to create chaos
That's why you keep your circle very small.
in the marriage, right? And you see, the enemy, when he realizes that he cannot get through with you, he's going to use other people against you, including your relatives. Your own children.
Talk about it.
Right?
Talk about
Because the enemy realized, hey, this man's a hard nut to crack. So you say, okay, I'm going to use the weaker vessels that don't have too much faith in God. I'm going to use them against this guy here, to bring him down. But we had him strong. And it's not going to be an easy road, right? And as a woman now, they have this thing called a backup system. So if anything should happen to the husband, they could say, hey, I have something in place, and they go behind the husband's back. They go behind the husband's back, which is wrong. What happened in the good old days when two people meet with nothing, and they get their fingernails dirty to build an empire, to create an empire, to create a legacy to leave back for the next generation and generation following, educate their children about hardship and how to deal with it, because there will be hardship and there will be days of famine. But the world that we live in now, these young people are getting very lazy. And they're using other people as convenience to avoid the hardships of life.
That's right.
Can I interject something?
Yes.
That's right. I like that.
I think we live in a society where we consume materialistically.
Very materialistic.
And
indeed.
we're contaminated with the wrong ideas more. And figured that what is immoral, what I'm trying to say is what seems to be not normal is more acceptable to be normal.
Acceptable to that.
All right? So the consciousness, well, let's say though, it seems like on the way we, in this society, what I perceive or what I notice daily is that we're working on a lower vibration.
It is very, very much so.
We're working on a lower vibration. Well, we only concern what we can get out of each other, whatever, right? Like you say, when you marry, some of us marry for the wrong reasons.
The very wrong reason. That's happening a lot these days.
And we don't take the time to think. Oh, look, it's more like if somebody, let's say, this woman meets a guy. He's, he may have a great job, a lot of benefits. And the woman's looking at it, hey, this is our opportunity. I don't have money, but this is our opportunity. I see what I can get out of it.
Which is wrong.
Which is wrong.
It is.
They don't think about the, how should I say?
Type of person he is.
Yeah, character. character, you know, the only thing about on the exterior basis, or you know what he has. Or,
You see, what's happening is that.
that's part of it.
Yeah,
This
see, what's
part,
happening
not
is
all.
that. Yeah, exactly. See, what's happening? We live in a time where women just look at men and, oh, he's so handsome and he have nice house and every nice car so that they could show off on Facebook and Instagram, oh, I'm with my boyfriend and look, he's so handsome and he has this and he owns that. But that is material things. What happens if he loses everything? And like I mentioned earlier on, what happens if he gets in a vehicular accident?
Right.
And he becomes paralyzed. And he loses everything, you'll end up in a shelter. Would they still love the husband
Right.
as if he had, as when he had everything before?
I just want to add some stuff to what you guys are talking about. I've been married for over 35 years.
Amen. God bless you.
Over 35
I don't know what you know what I did.
years. One woman,
That's good.
same
Right.
woman. But it's not a give and take type of thing with us. She do her part, I do my part.
Right.
And we try not to clash with each other on what's being done. I remember I felt that I'm a street man. Number one, I always felt what's mine is mine. Especially when we're talking about accounts, bank accounts. I worked, it's my money.
Exactly.
You work, that's your money. But my wife explained to me, if you want to expand your things that what you want in life, we have to join, put the money together. So that we can have those expensive things of what we don't have. I've always felt that I could think like I'm broke, but over here I'm still rich. I still have what I need. We're not poor, we're not middle class, we're not hungry, and these are things that makes things more important in a relationship to me. Because you can't be married to the same person with all those years and not bring something to the table, because she's not a gopher, like she's grabbing. I grab too, but it's like, what are you grabbing for? Because if it's about money, I've always had money, and I want to spend money, because that's what we do. We get the money, we spend the money.
In order to survive.
But you gotta watch the woman, because I feel that she likes shoes, I like shoes too. She likes pocketbooks to go with the shoes, I like hats to go with my shoes. So it's a give and take type of thing.
And it's teamwork.
You can't be a one side
No.
to say,
No, that's not my food.
I want this and I can't get this.
No.
Especially
No,
when you both work.
No.
She work, I work.
No.
And the thing is, you gotta respect her needs for what she wants. Because two things, it don't jeopardize you as a man of providing, because you wanna make her happy. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's number one.
Oh, yeah.
Number two, you gotta compromise certain things.
You have to compromise.
You gotta compromise. When you have children, you automatically, that's automatic compromise. Because it ain't you no more. It's with them. It's them now.
And
Not
once kids
you.
come involved, it will be very, very challenging. It would be.
But the thing is, you gotta watch the woman that you pick as well, because some of them, they're grabbers.
Yeah.
They're grabbers.
It's all about them.
You
It's
got
not
the
about
nice-
you.
You got the nice house and I live over here, she's going for that.
And that's what I'm trying to people know, because they see it's all about them. It's not about you. They don't care about you. Once they could
I don't know about
take and take from you, they don't care whether you eat, they don't care how you come into work, they don't care anything, which is wrong. It's teamwork. It's
You
what
gotta have teamwork.
is what you could bring to the table and what she could bring to the table and work together as a team.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
She has to respect that you want to look nice, you have to be that she wants to look nice too. That is what they have to come together and take into consideration. You need money to survive.
But that's hard for them, because a lot of them, they wanna get their nails done, they want their hair done.
It's-
See, I didn't grow up with that.
Some of them come with a certain mindset to feel that they just because they're women, they entitled to have things.
Right.
Not so.
Right.
No. And they see they have to put their stuff into priority. You don't have to get it done all the time like that.
Right.
You have more important things to worry about. especially when the kids involved.
I want to say one word.
Yes.
They are craving,
Detail.
the behavior like that is craving for validation, right? And what I'm saying is,
It's
like saying
attention.
she wants to get her
That's
nails.
an attention seeker.
Yeah, she don't think about the priorities.
Okay.
It's about the selfishness.
Exactly.
Selfishness.
Selfishness.
Exactly.
So you're craving for validation all the time.
You see, she wanted to show off to her friend when
She
she
wanted to be
like
safe
her
without
nails
her.
done,
But see,
and her hair done,
but
and not
see-
taking into consideration that you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why it's men, and I tell this to all young men, man. Wait for the woman God has for you. That's the difference in a woman that God has for you to shit.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Because
You have
for
to wait.
every man on this earth, there's a mate. As Adam had Eve, God has put somebody on this planet for you.
Alright,
You understand?
Yeah.
And you can't look for them. You gotta let God send them. You understand? If it wasn't for my addiction, I'll be married 25 years next April. Me and my wife been separated. I got a house out in Jersey. I've been in New York for a year. Mentalk is the greatest thing that ever came my way. Now, I in my addiction, I have had many relapses. I didn't get high all year long, but I threw away a lot, man. You understand? Last year, man, I was at DHL. I started at DHL at $42 an hour. I do mechanical work. You understand? I started at $42. I done been in Amazon 3 times.
Wow.
I done superintend large white complexes. But every year there's an issue with me in the last 10 years. You understand? So that's why I'm in New York. You know, he said about anybody celebrating an anniversary, and I didn't think about it. I just had my first year back without any incidents, because every year for the last 3 years has been an incident in my life. But this was I just got a year back without any relapses. It's always a relapse in my year. I'll do 9 months clean, screw up, get a fabulous job, throw it away. I've thrown so much away, man. But my marriage is my wife was here, matter of fact, when I got the doctorate, for those who met her. I know me and Kareem and his wife took a picture with all of us took a picture. But we gotta sometimes sit back and wait, man, for that special person, because when we're going out there grabbing, we don't know what we're getting.
It's like going to the grocery store.
And it's funny to mention that because, you know, sometimes we allow desperate and loneliness to get the better half of us. And that was the mistake I made, because you see, I allowed loneliness to get the better half of me, and unfortunately, I made a bad choice. However, I believe God had a part to play in bringing me here to this country. And that's why look at sometimes the bad mistake that we made in our lives put us on the right path where God wants us to be. And that's why I look at it, right? And you know, I tell women, you want to keep my life based in a peace. Men go through stuff every day. Men battling demons every day. Men have to go to work and work with people that don't even like them or hate them out of cause. Right? Men go through stuff too, and they have to understand that. Based in a peace and encourage him. He's only a human being. He's gonna fall short. He's gonna make mistakes. Right? Men have emotions too. Men go through stuff. Would there be their inner peace to know where to look? You know, this man could come to his wife and he could tell her, you know, this is what I've been through during the course of this day, not going through a situation in work. Would she be there to encourage him?
Right.
And to make him feel good about himself? And to give him the encouragement that everything's going to be all right. So when he goes to work the very next day, or when he's working, he could have it in his mind to say, you know, I have a wife that's backing me up under 1%. And that will give him the opportunity to deal with whatever situation that he is going through. But unfortunately, it's not like that. Because women now want to discriminate men and emasculate them. They need to be very careful that, because let me tell you something. A woman can't get pregnant by herself. She had to take a man to fertilize her egg or to create a life, which means she had to take into consideration that she came from a generation of fathers. And that is something that they have to take into very, very deep consideration. She came from a generation of fathers. I tell women that when they get married, don't be with your father's name, hyphenate it. Let me explain why. It was the father's name. It was the father's name. Think about how happy those generation of fathers would feel to know that you as a woman is carrying on the legacy of their surname. Right? And I talk to that every day. Don't just get your father's name just so. Hyphenate it. Still keep it. Right? Because our ancestors are protecting us from harm, we know that, right? The soul don't die, the soul lives on, right? I believe that my ancestors have a part to play in bringing me here, right? To express myself so that I could learn from you, you could learn from me. You know, and I thank this guy here because I look at him as not as a person, but as a blessing. I mean, but just like that, and that was it. And it brought out the best version of myself. Yes.
I'm spiritual and religious, but I'm more spiritual, right? And like, you know, when you talk about spirits and things, I'm into that. You know, I'm into the higher self and all of that. I done grew into that. But I would say that your angels and stuff around you is your ancestors. Your ancestors.
Of
like,
course.
Like this is how I see it. Like, I might have been my grandmother, great-great-grandson, and if she ain't learned more, and she got to come back, she coming back
Our
to me.
ancestors are protected.
And that's what it is.
Mark my word.
And that's what it is. That's what it is. Our angels is like the Caucasian, like the Irish, the Germans, the Bangladesh or whoever, they have their own ancestors. Everybody has their
My
own
grandmother
ancestors.
was Irish, Portuguese, and Italian. My grandfather was a black Eastern man from Ethiopia.
Yeah, mine was a Trinidadian, Jamaican.
Everybody got everybody.
Wait, 5 more minutes, can you wrap it up?
Alright, okay, alright. So the moral story is, to make a long story short,
Yes, sir.
women have to respect men. They have to respect their father, they came from a generation of fathers, and they have to support them in every step of the way, because things will not always go smooth all the time. There will be days of famine, there will be rough times, but not to make us weaker, is to make us stronger. Right? And they have to respect the men, they have to respect them, and encourage them, and motivate them to bring out the best version of ourselves. And by doing that now, he, as the man, is going to bring out the best version of himself too as well. Because he's going to know, hey, this man has my back. So guess what? I'm going to return the favor by bringing out the best version of ourselves and putting our priorities straight so that we can create a legacy for our children and our children's children.
We go through our trials.
We do.
We go through our trials and we gain strength. We gain strength to our test, so that's what we have
It's to make us stronger, not weaker, stronger. And you see, a family who prays together stays together. But guess what, guys? A couple who prays together stays together too. Yes.
I like to say, once you in tune with the Bible, the Quran, or the books, and you know, like they say, we living in a society now where the moral fiber of societies are moving down. And it's really about the man now, because especially the black man, because they trying to change us into everything but the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that we have to lead your children and all that with the ideas of that. When they see a woman, just don't, you know, that's how people mess up, when they see a woman, they just look at her, and they go on. But it has to be a mental thing first.
Our responsibility as parents is to pass on information
That's
to
right.
our children.
That's right.
Right? So that they can pass on to their children. Like I'll tell my daughter, I see what my mistake is saying, mate, see it, observe it, learn from it. Thank you very much.
What the brother's saying too, and I agree.
He ain't let me finish my
When we
thought.
see a woman, we're looking with lust. It's all lust.
It should be
And
reversed.
that's already a dog
Exactly.
spirit. Yeah, it should be reversed.
The first thing
You should be looking for virtue.
let me kind of say, when I first, this is how I used to be, so I understand. When you first see, damn, she got some big titties.
Yeah,
Yo,
right.
and it be a lust. But when you look at now, that's why when you observe a good woman and she guard down or she, you know, carry herself decent, the first thing that her mindset. You know, you think about the mind.
You have to get
Then
the
once the
character.
mind connect, then what's supposed to happen was to be the spirit connect. Then after that, the communication. Then after the
Exactly.
communication, the common unit, then we get to the flesh, the physical.
That's right. That's
but,
what
but a lot of people be reversed. First,
Understand?
physical, I gotta
What
get
you
that.
have-
Take her right to
what
you
makes
didn't
someone
even know it
beautiful?
yet in the mind, on the spirit.
What
So
makes
you gotta
someone
go.
beautiful? That body is a heart. Our makes her beautiful, not her body, her heart.
We all on the
Let's
same
pray.
level.
Let's pray.
We all on the same
Okay,
level.
that's again.
We all on the